mapped every mile with a steady hand, uniformed and slight. We're clearing the haze from mountain high runways to Caribbean bays. Wave as we taxi past arenas lights, champions on board for those late night flights. Laughter and stories, crew holding tight on dream-filled horizons. We chase the daylight. We're coastal airways, wings to the sun, chasing summer skies. Yeah, the journey's begun. Through rain or through snow, we're always in tune. Home on the airwaves, the backside of the moon. Schedules and tailwinds, the life of the sky. With passion and purpose, watch our colors fly. This cockpit's our playground, the clouds set us free. Missing home sometimes, but where else would we be? Full of the laughter, run the safety check. From Miami's bright morning to far off Quebec, we bring the world closer, and every fan's cheer means coastals arrived. The fun's landing here. We're coastal airways, wings to the sun, chasing summer skies. Yeah, the journey's begun. Through rain or through snow, we're always in tune. Home on the airwaves, the backside of the moon. Touching down, touching hearts. We're more than a flight, we're a work of art. Crew strong and ready with laughter and grace. Up here together, the world's our place. Vital still airways, wings to the sun. Together we're flying, together as one. With passion and promise, we're never through. Home on the airwaves, that's coastal to you. We're coastal airways, wings to the sun. Together we're flying, together as one. With passion and promise, we're never through. Home on the airwaves, that's coastal to you.
All right, folks, welcome aboard the FSBN channel. My name is Jason. We're here in beautiful, where are we? I forgot where we were. Ohio. We're in Columbus, Ohio, and we're flying over to New York. It's gonna be one of those nights, folks. The cold front's coming through in the Northeast, and the right now New York is getting pounded. Low-level wind shear in effect. Pretty much through the entire Taft period. It's going to be pretty crappy out there. 300 broken, lots of rain there, bumps. So We're in for a good night tonight. I did fly. You didn't see it, but you will see it. I flew in here from um, Newark. I had to film that. I couldn't do it live just because of the timing didn't work out. So at least I filmed it, so you'll be able to see it. Welcome aboard. If you're new to the channel and you're wondering what we're about, it's three things: learn something, have fun, do it right. We're simulating the entire NHL hockey season for the New York Rangers. Basically, where they go, we go. Uh, we've been doing this 3 years straight, and I got to tell you, I'm tired. I'm done. I'm ready. I'm ready for the season to be done and over with. I just, I just am. It's like a job now, and it's fun. I only got 2 trips left. Honestly, I think we got Toronto, and then I've got one more 3 day, and we're finished. So I could take a deep breath and be almost done with this thing. And then summer comes, and of course, we'll be busy there. Welcome to beautiful MD-83. If you're here, just let me know in the chat. Say, hey, I'm here. FS weekend, big deal for the flight sim community. There's a lot going on. A lot of awards have been passed out. Navigraph is recipient of 2 awards, and Wind Control, and many, many others. I haven't watched the rest of it. I got to watch that later tonight, but that's kind of where we're at. But I hope you've had a great week. And another thing is, welcome. You're here. Hopefully, you can forget about your problems for about 2 hours, and we can just kind of lock in tonight and have some fun. And that's kind of what we're about, just to hang out. So let me know in the chat, and let's rock and roll with this thing. I started a little bit earlier. Wanted to see if it works with this time change. I don't know if it's earlier is better than later. Who knows? We'll find out. It seems like I don't know. It's hard to tell. Anyway, we're here. Let's go and get the airplane fired up, ready to go. We've got ground power on the aircraft, so because we service Columbus, we are able to have a GPU unit, and so that's nice. So let's throw the battery on. Right now, let's get that battery on and locked, which I just did. I'll come over here and make sure we're on the GPU. Nope, let's go to ground. I'll throw the GPU on now. And so GPU is lit. You can see the light is blue. That means it's ready to receive power. Let's go and throw it on. And number 2.
Autopilot.
All right, there we go. Autopilot. We got the deal going. I'm going to go ahead and just get in here and go early. Now let's check the EMR power. EMR power is on. You can see the light there. That's off. These lights are armed. What do we got on there? I hope it's... Of course it's not right. Why is it never right? Why does it do that? Why is it doing this to me? Like, I don't know, guys. Like, it just doesn't. It's not pulling my history in there, and I don't know why. It's very annoying. I don't know what's going on. I've tried many, many things, and it's still not working, so I don't know. I think it's the MD-80 client here. Just have to try to pull another one up. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I'm just going to try to go like this, and I got to look for it now if I know what that stinking thing is. It's somewhere in this desktop, or it's on the other one. It sucks. It should just... What's happening is it's not recognizing anything. All right, so it's not on there, so it's got to be somewhere in here. I don't know. Hello. And it's called the MD-80 client. MD client. Right there. Oh, it's right in front of my face. If it had teeth, it'd bite me. There it is. All right. This is MD client shortcut. It's pulled in. Let's see if that works. I don't know. It should show our history. It shouldn't be fueled. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know. It's very annoying. It's not in here. So that's bummed. I don't know. Let's do this. We've got March 19th, April 16th, AirAct data is ready to go. Let's just click perf right now, and I'll just throw this in Kilo CMH. We'll throw it in the ref, and we'll throw this in the last position. Let's get the IRS going, and then while that does that, I'm going to go ahead and turn on some lights. This really is a bummer because it should sense what aircraft I'm in, and it should save it all, and it hasn't, and it's really annoying me. So yeah, I'm quite annoyed by that. We'll see what happens. I mean, panel light's coming halfway. I'm going to flood it out just a little bit here. One click, then down here, same thing. We're just going to throw the panel lights up. Digital lights. There's the lights good. We'll come up there. All right. Should be good. Okay. I still don't know what's going on with this. It's very annoying. You see it says OFP outdated. Well, hello. That's not right. We want... stupid thing. So if I go over here, I'll show you. I'm going to go this. Actually, I'm going to go to the index menu page. We'll go to ACARS. And if I go AOC and pre-flight plan in it, I should request this, and it should show up the correct one. It might not. Well, that's correct. So why is that right? All right, that's what I want. That is correct. It's not right here, right? So load the OFP. It's not showing in here, right? So that's what I mean. It's so goofy. This is wrong. This should be lit and ready to go. I don't know. I don't know, folks. I really don't know why it's not talking, but it's not talking. Pretty annoying. And I exported it the whole 9 yards and it just doesn't like it. All right, let's throw this up. Get GSX going. Our fuel today, and that's the problem here. It's saying I'm fueled and I'm not. It's just annoying. I'm annoyed by that because we have to pay for uplift, fuel, and all that stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and lock this in. Okay, what now? All right, brakes are on. Good. Let's go ahead and call for the fuel. We do need a little bit of gas. We need like 4,500 pounds of fuel. However, I can't call a fuel truck right now because it's not correct. So I come over here and look. You can see this OFP outdated. If I load it, nothing. Import from SimBrief. If I pull that in, does it work? I don't know. No. Nope. Annoying. I don't know what's going on. That's right. So we'll pull that in here. I was going to slide this over just a few, 22.1. Let's do that on the trim, 22.1 on the trim. And then everything else good to go. We should have 125. Yeah, okay. That is the correct number. It still says OFP outdated. That's not true. And we're going to put about 6,200 pounds in the center tank here. So I will call for fuel. Request refueling, please. All right, for Jet Aviation. Open in the front door here, and then I got to throw the dang ass stairs down. It's annoying. Like I said, this thing is not sensing the last flight. So I've got to figure that out. That's all. All right, let's get the box programmed while we're at it, and I'll go get what's our clearance? We'll get our clearance, and I'll take a look. Live traffic and active ATCs on. Looks like we won't have any ATC out of here, but we will as we go north. We'll get into leave Indianapolis, no, Cleveland airspace, and then we'll go from there. How's that? I see a couple aircraft here already. One of them's ours. All right, let's do it. CMH, we're going to go pull this in there, and we're going to go to Kilo, where are we going? HPN. HPN, and we'll throw that in the co-route. There we go. The winds today, I just looked at the weather. We're going to be taking off 28 left. It's just closer to us. It's a longer runway. 28 left. This is the one we're going to do. Arrivals and departures. We're going to depart out of here using the Roba. What is it? RDBUV. What is that? Rudbov. That's a mouthful. SID. No SID. So it's a straight runway heading right out of here. It's easy. And then we're going to do the Valerie 1. I'm presuming, I think it is. I think I saw the dispatch already with Valerie 1. I did look at a few of the NOTAMs that were plaguing the area. So we got that to contend with. A little bit of NOTAMs, nothing major. And then we're going to be taking the Danzy waypoint out of there. Mike Smith, how you doing, man? There's been a lot of flight simming, including me having a lot of issues with flight sim today. It's also here that X-Plane has been playing up to. I've had a lot of issues with fly-by-wire Airbus not loading in OFPs all day. Interesting. That's really interesting. Speaking of X-Plane, I think, I don't know, there's been a couple of requests to. Now, I don't think we'd film it all or download it or anything like that, but there has been some requests to showcase a few X-Plane things I've heard in the community, so that's possible. We'll have to see how that goes. Let's see, HPN looks like weather. I know people who fly X-Plane just love it, like diehards, right? I've never flown it, so I can't tell you. I know the flight dynamics I've heard are great, but I've never had the privilege to fly the sim. That doesn't mean I won't. Okay, let's go activate. We'll execute. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. It's just not updating. It's so weird. All right, our pref initial, we're going to throw that up there. Let's get this going. We got a zero fuel weight of 101.7. 101.7. We'll throw that in there, zero fuel weight. We're looking at a fuel reserve today, 24.5 on the gas. Slant normal. This is the MD-80 way of doing things. And then reserve, we're looking at about. We have two reserves today. I mean, two alternates today. We got Boston, and then Newark is an alternate as well. If we need to really bail out, we'll just go to Philly, unless Philly's getting socked in too. But the whole Northeast, probably where Washington is, up to Boston, is looking pretty crappy. So, I mean, our alternate right now is good. I mean, we're above our minimums, so that's what we want for an alternate. We'll see. Our first choice is going to be Newark. If we can't get in there, we'll go to Boston. Our bingo fuel will break out at 8,000 feet. That's bare bone minimum. That's enough fuel to get us to Boston with 45-minute reserve. That's our bingo. We have to, wherever the heck we are, we're leaving. I'll double check that. Seems a little light, but I'll double check it. We're looking at cruise altitude today of 330. We'll throw that in there. And reserves, I said I don't want to go below 8. And we're looking at cruise wind today, 232, 109. Nice. 232/109. That should be pretty good tailwinds for us. I'll take that any day of the week. ISA deviation is -1. It was a +1 earlier. Now it's -1. I don't know what is going on with the weather. The weather that the Northeast is getting, the West should be getting. Like Utah, Colorado, we are hot. It's crazy over here. It's just reversed. It's absolutely reversed. It's like somebody flipped the script on us and just went, "Oh, we're gonna flip your weather patterns. What you're used to, we're not going to do anymore." Right? Did the fuel truck come over here? That's no. 24. What did it say? We're gonna. Yeah, it did. 24.6. Good. We'll go ahead and throw that in there. I'll uncage this. 1, 2. I'll do a briefing with you. We got the fuel on board the airplane, so that's what we want. Today's date is 20th. This is kind of an archaic thing. 2003. This is old school. This kind of just puts like an aluminum tape and it puts a stamp on it when you hit event, which is so weird. Legs. What are we looking at? Columbus. This 1, 2, this third. Third leg, clear the 8 cars. I'll see what it says. It's got crew message right there. Preliminary weights, we're looking at 0 fuel weight 101. Got 22.5 takeoff weights in there, and we should be good to go. Click return. Get to your comments. Let's see. Cursed flight sims. Yes, that's true. That's somebody talking about today when you fly to a new destination and you get halfway there, you get there and it's like, oh, this is not the. I didn't install the scenery, and then you're all mad. Yeah, we've all been there. I laughed about that, or crashed desktops or whatever it is. As a sim, you kind of just have to deal with that, right? We all deal with that crap in the simulator. It doesn't matter which sim it is either. Everybody has to deal with the crashed desktops, and it takes forever to start up, the whole 9 yards. 2997 or 29. It's gonna be 2977. We got lower pressure there. This is like this airplane's never been flown. That's the problem. I don't know why it's not updating. It really is bothering me. This should be updated. That's going to bother me all night. Like, that's just going to bother me. And it shouldn't, but it will. All right, that's coming up. Let's come down here. That looks good. Galley power is good. We started that. That's good. Those are on. That's off. Anti-ice on the windshield is coming on. We're ready to go here soon, folks. I'm just going to do my flows. And then we're going to board them and get the heck out of here. All right, anti-skid's good. We're going to come back to armed. And pressure done. We've done that. Coming up on the overhead here again. Aft sinks off. Ground procs coming to test. Or test that. That's good. That's good. Cockpit's on. That's off. Stall. Good lights. CAS. Good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Those are good. That's good. Welcome to the beautiful MD-80, where it's chaotic in this flight deck. If it's not yelling at you, you're doing something wrong. It should be yelling at you. All right, lights coming on both. Come on, man. And then last but not least, I need to turn up these lights. Like, what the heck? All right, and let's pop the door up. The door is open. All right, good deal. All right, next on the agenda is getting our takeoff performance ready to go. And before I do that, let's go and test the loop tests. And we're looking for that bell, and we're looking for that. 6 lights. Yes. Cancel the bell. And this is off. This is off. Good. Flight directors are coming on. 1 and 2. Your side's on 2. Let's go takeoff on the FMA. Good. That's getting ready for our go here. Now we're looking at 2973. It's 2974, so it's dang near close. Coming down here, I don't know yet. Let's just go ahead and test this. We'll push the EPRs up. There we go. We'll test that too. Everything should force to 3,000 pounds. 24.6. A lot of fuel to go an hour in 20 minutes, but there's a good reason for that. Now it says flap 15. We're going to call flap 11 here, so I'm just going to give it a second and go flap 11 because that's crazy. Let's do this. This is our suitcase handle. We're just checking for movement and everything else. I'll go ahead and slide this up. Pull this down, back up. Looking for movement. Good. All right, that's good there. Coming back here, that's off. These two pneumatic cross feeds are coming on. 1, 2. All right, guys. Well, let's go and get the performance knocked out. So let's go to autofill right here. Should have, that is correct. That's correct. Outside air temperature is, I didn't think it was that hot. Yeah, it's 20. 2.8 left, optimum. We're going to set this to 11. Good, anti-SL packs are on. That's good, calculate. Yeah, I don't think I hit the button. Once we call the passengers on, it's going to be about a 10-minute board, so it's not very long. I'll brief you. 130, 135, 144. We'll go get our clearance. Cell temp's coming 50 today. Runway's going to be 28 left. And we got flaps 11. Like always, fuel 92. Come on, right? 9250. 9250. And we're looking at the center tank at 6150. With total fuel of 24,650. And we have 24.4 minimum planned. I'm going to write this down. Where is it? On my dealio here. Our fuel on board right now is 24.6. So I have a little cheat sheet in front of me that shows, you know, our pushback times, our fuel on board, minimum planned fuel, takeoff fuel, and arrival fuel. And then I wrote down our bingo fuel as well. In case if we're in a hole in New York and something goes, you know, I need to know how, you know, our bug out fuel, essentially what's called. All right, clearance is coming through the say intentions. We'll use say intentions out of here initially, and then we'll go from there. I do want to pull something up quick. I don't know. I'm going to try the PDC and see if it works. How's that? I don't know if it will, but we'll try it. Okay, we're going to do the delivery, right? Clearance. What's your clearance? I don't think anybody would have clearance, but it's all PDC, isn't it? You know what? I'm going to change the freak to this one. It's going to give us a better ratio. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call clearance 126.3. Let's go ahead and set that up. 126.3, that is clearance. Let's give him a call. And I've got to change my sound in. I'm using VATSIM, and I'm also using say intentions. So I've got to throw VATSIM to this microphone and to that, and click apply, click OK. Same thing with say intention. I got to change my mic. The say intentions thinks it's one microphone, and it isn't. It is right there. Look, okay. Let's see if it works. I have no idea if it's going to work. Well, I'm going to try it. Hey, what's up, John? How you doing, man? Columbus clearance, Riptide 5800, looking for IFR over to New York. We got the numbers. Nope. Nope. Nothing but static. I'm gonna call again here. Radio check. How do you read? They don't. They don't read. I'm gonna say default audio and see what that does. Columbus clearance, Riptide 5800, looking for IFR over to New York. Well, actually, I want to see if I can do a PDC with this. Let's try that. CPDLC. Let's see if it works. I don't know if it will. Ah, man. Let me try it. Let's go to menu. We're going to go to ACARS. No. No. Menu.
Clearance, Southwest 2190.
Southwest 2190, clear.
Hey,
We got Echo Roger 124 doing Airways, surface and proof.
timed out. Did you get our accept on your side?
Southwest 2190, we're showing a Wilco here. If you want to just verify the
And in fact, I'll give you a call prior to departure.
I got 130.
Pretty good.
Oh my gosh, there's too many dang frequencies. I've got 130, 135. We'll throw that in there. 130, 135. Jones says, have you tried checklist in Say Intentions yet? Not yet. I'm thinking about Say Intentions tonight. Is it worth it? Beyond ATC has gotten a little buggy at the moment with vectors, the visual approaches. Yeah. I got to tell you, I've been using Say Intentions for about 5 months now, and I haven't used Beyond ATC since. So I've got Say Intentions. Let me just get the clearance. Hang on just a minute. Let me just get the clearance really quick on this, and then we'll get going. I'm gonna change this to something that's a little bit better for us. It's just too chaotic. There's too many frequencies there. And really, dude? Hang on. Clearance, clearance. Too many frequencies. Ground, tower, ground 2. Okay, let's listen to that. Let's see if that works. Let's call the clearance. Columbus clearance Riptide 5800. How do you read?
Echo, we have Delta.
Ground American 23.
It's not reading. It's because I've got
American
a
2337, ground 28 left, via Charlie 1, hold short of Charlie.
28 left, Charlie 1, hold short of Charlie.
clearance Riptide 5800. How do you read?
Ground hello, Picard 3546, just off the Bravo 34.
Riptide 5800, John Glenn, Columbus International Airport clearance, say destination.
If able, make the next right turn.
Yeah, Columbus clearance Riptide 5800. Looking for IFR over to New York, Westchester with the numbers.
Stand by, you're number 1.
So this is Say Intentions that you're listening to. Can you guys hear that on the frequency? Let me know if you can't. I don't know if the audio
Riptide
is...
5800 cleared to Westchester. Radar vectors RDBOOV. Then is filed. Climb and maintain 4000. Expect flight level 33010 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.9 or 5. Squawk 1546. Expect runway 28 left.
Okay, we'll get
Alright, we've got radar vectors. What do you say on radar vectors? I don't know what the heck. Alright, got radar vectors. We'll climb to 4000, 330 and 10, and 125.95 and 1546 for the squawk. Riptide 5800. Can you guys hear it or no? Let me know if you can hear that read back from Say Intentions. What you hear in the background is real air traffic control.
You guys get briefed on the new rules that happened?
But it would be nice on if you guys could hear that. That'd be great. All right, I'm gonna call for. We're gonna climb up to 4,000. For what? What's going on? We got a ground hold. Probably got a ground hold going to New York. I'm almost certain. Let's do 280. Looking at that weather was just absolute garbage. I'll check it before we start anything up. 280. We're doing 100 and what did I say on the speed, guys? 144. 144 in the speed. I already wrote that down in the box. That's all set, ready to go. Okay, let's do a briefing. I'm going to call for, well, let's do this first. Let's go to here, GSX. We're going to board, request boarding. The team's here. I don't know why I can't get CPTLC to work. Click return. Click return. Pre-flight.
Southwest 410, 2408, fly runway heading, runway 3 left, surface takeoff.
Dang it.
Traffic on 9 mile final.
No. Yeah, it won't let me plug in PCDLC. I don't know. So no, did you guys actually hear that? What that interaction with say intentions? If you did, that would be great to know. I don't know if you did or not. So I'm trying to see if the audio is right on that or not. And can you hear the? You should be able to hear the air traffic control as well. So. Can you guys hear that or no? I can't tell. Let me see. I'm going to bring up the volume. And let me know if you can hear air traffic control in the background. That's like number one because we're going to need that. All right. We've got 1546. It's on standby. We're boarding. I'm going to brief you. Nobody there. All right, let's get a briefing going. We are going to be out of CMH. And we're going from no SIDS today, so it's a taxi only. We'll go ahead and light that right there. Go ahead and close that. We are on the south side at Lane Aviation. We're going to probably start both engines because we're pretty darn heavy with fuel. We'll probably go down. Can you guys hear this?
Taxi up to the hold short to the left, American 2337.
Yes, we can hear both. Thank you. I brought it like way up so you can hear it. All right, good. I just want to make sure because if you don't hear that, you can't hear say intentions. All right, so we're going to go down Delta, right? Charlie over there, Charlie 1 and out. That's the plan anyway when we're looking at be alert 28 right restriction stage 1 and 2 turbojet aircraft from 2200 to 8. We're right there. So we got stage 3 for us. We are stage 3 compliant. So they like a noise abatement. I got unruly passengers, if you can hear that. Yes. All right, good. Appreciate it. Nothing against the volume up, though. Love having the sound ATC on flights. Yeah, me too, man. SRQ Aviation, what's going on, buddy? Hopefully you're well. Thanks for letting me know you can hear anything. It's good. Okay, guys, 144. We're all set, ready to go. We got the passengers, the briefing. I'll just walk you through the departure here. Anything below 80 knots will stop the aircraft. Anything above 80 knots to V1, we're only going to stop with fire, failure, fear, shear. Throttle's idle, full reversers, speed brakes back. And we'll stop the aircraft, probably get off on Bravo 3 or something around there, close to the end of the runway. It's got 10,104 feet. If we had a engine failure, which is a very high possibility with an MD-80, we are looking at a return to this airport. We're going to come back right on 28 left. And that frequency is 111.75. Now, this is what we're going to do. 281 on the heading. We got 281 on the course. So we'll slap that in there. Okay, I'm going to do this right here, and I'm going to look at some, I shouldn't, but I am. That's going to be the FAA airspace status. That's the National Airspace System. Let's see what we got for delays. DCA, we have ground delays due to wind. We're flying into it. Fort Lauderdale, Miami, San Diego. It's all normal crap. ORD, Las Vegas. So right now, I don't see any delays in New York. I mean, where we're going. So that's good. The weather right now in Westchester. I will give you an update what we're expecting. Right now, it's light rain, broken at 7,500. That's pretty good. Broken at 85. The winds right now, 170 at 7. It did have forecast of low-level wind shear earlier, like maybe an hour ago. So hopefully that's settled down and we don't have to worry about low-level wind shear. Of course we will, because it's New York, right? And it's us flying a charter flight. And like you guys know, welcome to the Northeast. This is kind of par for the course here. 15 over 14 over 15. Hydraulic. 16 over 16. Did this dang thing update on me, or is it still not? No. It's so weird. I don't know why. I don't know. It's very annoying. Flight mode's on. Okay, guys.
Release in about 4 minutes to the medevac traffic.
It's good to see you, man. All right, let's go ahead and turn this on. We're going to go APU. Let's fire up the APU. Hopefully your flight training is doing all right. You're flying, right? You got to throw the APU on. Go ahead and throw it to start. All right, good to go. Overhead's done. That's done. That's done. Let's go ahead and get the checklist done. We're going to be deferred to the doors. Okay, 0 fuel weight is set. Takeoff condition computer. Man, we've got to do that. I called it. We're going to set 50. So let's go ahead and set this. ART is off. We're going to go ahead and take off full flex. We're going to set this to 50. Plenty of runway to work with. That's basically assumed temperature with the MD-80. And then last but not least, all that's good to go. We'll go ahead and test this. Let it go. TR is coming up. Looks good. Take off. Armed. Let's go ahead and shut the door. And I'm done. They're boarding passengers. Don't mean to shut this door on you, but I'm gonna. And then I'm going to deny the entry. Okay, APU is coming up and running. And we're boarded. That's how fast this is. Once they're boarding, and once they're boarded, we're going to get the heck out of here. Let's go ahead and call for the ground power to be pulled. Pull the GPU. Thank you. We'll go to the doors. I'm going to close the stairs. We're going to get this show on the road. We'll get the checklist on.
28 left, taxi Delta 3 Charlie.
Delta 3 Charlie, 28 left, southwest, 2190.
I do not need a push today. We're just going to taxi out and turn.
American 2337, the wind's 240.
Lights on.
Fly runway heading, runway 28 left, cleared for takeoff.
Engine sinks off. Good to go. I'm going to keep the cockpit light on just for until I get the engines lit. We'll go from there. Do I have pressure? Not yet. Yeah, working on PPL, but I'm going into the Marine Reserves as well. Man, that's no joke, dude. Good for you. It's crazy. Good. That's cool. 0 fuel weight set. Takeoff disk computer set. Stab trim is set. Flap takeoff selectors set. Airspeed TRP is set. Fuel pumps are coming on. I don't think I turned them all on. I did. Okay, fuel pumps coming on the center. There we go. Now the fuel pumps are on. Doors are now closed. Hydraulics are on high. Before start checklist is complete. We are ready to rock and roll. Let's go get the start. We're going to throw it to run. Not too bad. I mean, look at time it is. It's about 0313, so that's pretty cool. It's 11:03. Cancel. 0313. It's about 11:13 p.m. We're due to land at about 12, just about midnight. Okay, we're going to start number 1 first. That's how the sequence works. We go 1 and then 2. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go on to system alpha this time and throw it on there. Left start valve is open. I got to get a drink while this thing starts up. They'll move. They got to move.
2337, contact departure. Have a good night.
All right, 23, fuel's coming in at 22. Right here, fuel's in. We'll watch the EGT. Got a light. Oil pressure is coming up. N1's rotating. 40, electric. Starter closed. These JT8s, they turn quick. Good to go there. All right, let's fire number 2. 2 coming to start. Start valve open. Ryan, what's going on, buddy? Good evening, Jason and chat. How are you? None shall pass. Hopefully you're doing well. Ryan, hopefully your day's going well. Is it hot? Is it hot by you? Because it's hot by me. 22. Here comes the fuel. We broke a record today on how hot it is. That ain't good. I don't like the heat. I'm not a heat guy. There's a light. Pressure. 40. We're going to kick off the... all right, kick it off. That's off. Coming up on the overhead. That's good. Bat volts set. And that should be 0. Good deal. 2 good starts. Let's shut off the APU. APU's off. And that is now off. Battery's good. That's cleared. Let's go and throw this on. We're going to go full packs. These are packs, by the way. If you're ever wondering what that looks like in an MD-80, those are those. Closed. We'll do a flaps check. Here we go. If I can get the right dang thing. We're going to go flaps 211. Do you want to set it to 0? And then pull it one more. Flap 11. Set. Good deal. All right, let's run the checklist. Just checking my flight controls. And then last but not least, we'll check our rudders. Okay, guys, we got a good start. 2 good starts and park and brake, stall, heat, air. That's good. That's why we do. That's why we run checklists. Now we're gonna do that right now. Okay, before taxi, air conditioning panel is set. Pitot heat and ignition. Pitot heat is on and ignition is alpha. Anti-ice is off. Engine instruments are checked. Flight controls are free. Flaps, slats, green light takeoff. Transponders on TARA. Pneumatic cross feeds are closed. We're ready to go. We got received messages coming up. And our weights are good. Okay. We're ready to rock and roll. Let's call ground on 121.9er. That's another cool thing. I just can just push it on say intentions and it pops up. Columbus ground, Riptide 58, looking to taxi runway 28 left.
Riptide 5800, John Glenn, Columbus International Airport ground, runway 28 left taxi via Delta 5, Charlie 1.
Delta 5, Charlie 1. Okay, taxi 28 left, Delta 5, Charlie 1, Riptide 5800. We can't go Delta 5, guys. We have a wingspan less than aircraft, less than 79 feet. This airplane is definitely over that. So we're going to have to go Delta 4. We're just going to flip around and then we'll do that. Brakes off. And lights on. Here we go. Alright, so start our turn. "19 degrees. Yeah, are we gonna go on the grass? That was a nice little thing, huh? Nice little padded area for us to turn the aircraft on. I'm using, asymmetrical thrust, whatever little bit there is on this airplane. There's not a lot. All right, we're actually going to go down Delta 3, guys. I think I taxied in here at Delta 4, but there's actually no restriction on that, so we're able to taxi in.
To the Southeast Columbus Airport, the altitude 2976, the altitude, and what's the final destination?
Okay, lights coming on.
Had a friction rate up across the maintain VFR on course.
All right, so we're going to go Delta to Charlie. Clear on that side.
Southwest 1623, close out of 12306, fly runway heading, runway 28 left, clear for takeoff.
Rocking. Rolling. Rocking and rolling. Okay, we're on Delta. We're going to take Delta down to Charlie. We said Delta 5, Delta Charlie. So we're going to go all the way down. This is a really nice, well done airport, isn't it? This Columbus looks great. Have to get on center line. Center line discipline's a big deal. Who's checking in? Anybody checking in? Shelton, how are you? Says yes, the last leg. PK. Oh yeah, I see. So next leg will likely be in the reverse. Yeah, I know what you're doing. You're doing the island hopper. Why did the chicken cross the road? You can smell what the rock was cooking. Gotcha. That's pretty funny. That's a little wrestling joke. Wasn't that the Rock's deal? Are you smelling, wasn't that the Rock's thing? That's what makes it funny. I wasn't a huge WWE guy, but
Southwest 1623,
I think I know that.
Starts 12 o'clock and 12 miles, contact departure.
The guy's got aircraft galore here.
Radar
Don't see
back
anybody on
southeast,
file.
radar third, squawk VFR, please stand approved.
All right, I'm gonna do a brake check. We got brake pressure. I just want to make sure we got brake pressure. Good. See how the gauges dive down just a touch. Now we're gonna go down Charlie. Slowing the aircraft down.
292, Columbus Tower, the wind 2407, runway 2 right for the land.
Like this. All right, we got Charlie 3. Oh, clear on the right. Clear left. With this aircraft, you do want to lead the turn a little bit. This is a big, very big wheelbase, so I'll show you. That's probably a good turn to lead. Maybe a little bit shorter. That's very wide. All right, so what they won't do in say intentions, they won't tell you to call the tower. You have to. That's kind of how it normally goes in the real world. So 132.7. Yeah. And now I'm going to call VATSIM traffic. Columbus traffic, Riptide 5800 to be taken, runway 28 left, departure.
41, Columbus Tower, the wind 2307, runway 28 right for the land.
We're going to go full length on this, folks. All right, takeoff checks. I'm going to bring up the throttles really quick, and then I'm dropping back down. Good. All right. Takeoff config check. Ignition selector 1 on the alpha side. Altimeters are set. ABS and spoilers are armed. Takeoff checklist is complete. Nate, how are you doing, man? Hopefully you're doing well. Get your comment here in a minute. We got a couple unruly passengers that need to settle down in the back. All right, off to New York where the weather's garbage. Should be a lot of fun. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. I'll stop the aircraft right here. We'll give them a call.
Delta,
Columbus Tower,
92, 2 left turn,
Riptide
down the
5800
right,
holding
heavy
short,
nine.
28 left, ready to go. Best acting rock
John Glenn,
ever did
Columbus
was in the
International
rain.
Airport Tower, runway 28 left, winds 240 at 8. Fly runway heading, clear for takeoff.
All right, runway heading 28 left, clear for takeoff, Riptide 5800. All right, lights coming on. Bright side on the lights. Here we go. All right, heading is runway heading 281. Altitude 4,000, and that is armed.
Approaching 28
So
left.
heading, altitude, and airspeed. Airspeed is 144.
408, pushback gate 26. We'd like to relocate to the Republic maintenance hangar.
Base 408, ground.
Okay, a couple things we're going to want to do with this is, first of all, make the right turn here. So we want to make sure we're lining up on the right runway. So we're going to do that right now. That's not right. It is the right runway. Don't get me wrong.
On runway 28.
Okay. 28 right there. It's on the pavement. I've got the lights. Here we go, guys. We're going to bring it up to 1.4 on the EPR. And then we'll engage. And I will give you, maybe that works. Maybe it doesn't. How's that? Maybe? I don't know. Can't see. Holy crap. All right, bring them up. Throttles armed. Takeoff, takeoff. Here we go. And push the nose down. This is an MD-80, so the nose want to come up and clamp. Release that back pressure a little bit. That forward pressure. Lots of rudder. We're going. Here we go. Kick that rudder. Man. Let's go, baby. There we go. Gear up. 20 degrees on the nose. That bad boy up there.
030, send a maintain 9,000.
Gear up, lights out.
All right, here we go. Waiting for the turn. Let me give him a call.
Southwest 1807, contact ground on 121.9er. Riptide 5800, contact departure.
Over departure. See up. Climb thrust.
Climb thrust set.
Departure.
Number 333, send a maintain.
Columbus departure. Riptide 5800. 3000 for 4. Flap 0.
Riptide 5800, Columbus departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000, turn right, heading 040, vectors to RDBOV, then on course.
1000. What do you say on the turn? What's the right turn to what? 040. Up to 10, 040 on the turn, right? Kept to 10,000, 040 on the turn, Riptide 5800. Okay, slats up. Lights.
33 Tango, turn left heading 090. Give me a flight vector here for traffic landing on
Heading select.
left here, Columbus.
Speed. 250 on the speed. We'll bring that up. We'll start turning. I don't want to accelerate just yet because we're turning. And I'm going to go LNAV.
Or 12050,
VNAV.
approach, Columbus South Inner 2766, vector visual approach for an 28 left.
Alright, we're going to go direct to Ruddy, maybe? I'm just hand flying the aircraft right now,
Riptide
guys.
5800, direct RDBOV, then is filed, please.
Okay. Director Robov. So I got to look down for a second, but I want to make sure she's trimmed. Okay. I'm going to go take a look at this. We're going to go to Director Robov. We'll throw that in there. I'll execute it. And if I feel the aircraft is stable enough, which I don't, I will engage the autopilot. So I'm going to push it down about 10 degrees right here. Let the airplane accelerate. Once I feel it start accelerating nice, we'll then turn on the autopilot. But right now, no autopilot. Radar coming on. Actually, I didn't want that. Radar is coming on my side. All right, now I'm going to engage the autopilot. Commands on. We got nav track, VNAV climb, 10,000, 10,000 altitude is armed. Going direct to Robov.
80, turn left heading 320.
All right, so 11 degrees right now. It's starting to get into soup. And I will do a climb check. That is on. This is off.
Victor 4482, send a maintain 3000.
This is off. Flaps and slats are good. VNAV cap at 10,000. What did they say? Climb maintain what? Climb maintain 15,000. So we're going to go up to 15.
Riptide 5800, climb and maintain, flight level 270.
Okay, 270 on the climb, Riptide 5800. 270 now on the altitude. 270 set, VNAV climb. Through 10,000. Okay, these are coming off. How's our temperature outside here? 11 degrees still. The airplane's going to settle down. It's going to throw its nose down, and we'll get the acceleration going. That's what that's going to be. Let's go outside, check it out. We're 11 degrees. I'll tell you what, the lighting in 24 is amazing. Well, I'm not contacting you. Nice departure. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Yeah, bet it's still winter-like weather there. It's not. It's warm. It's weird. Hey, John, how are you doing? Colorado, I think, decided to skip winter for us too. Not going to be good with summer and fire season. That is very true. Or water. We're going to have a problem with water this year. I have a feeling in the West. Nice departure. Appreciate it, Ryan. Thank you. Okay, guys, just to give you an update where the heck we are. Looking at HPN 538 miles until New York. I'll give you an update on that weather as we get a little closer. We're basically heading northbound to the... We're going to be overflying Cleveland Airport here on 113.6. So I'm going to go ahead and set that right now. 113.6. So what you're listening to is you got live ATC, and we also have our air traffic controller is by say intentions. Okay, we are at 11 degrees. I'm expecting it to go colder. We're going to have to throw on. We have to throw on the.
Climb and maintain flight level 310.
All right, 310 on the climb, Riptide 1500. 310, here we go. And we're set there. Okay. We're armed. I'm going to do a climb checklist really quick. Let's do that right now. Okay, climb checklist. We're looking at ignition. We're going to keep the ignition on. We're 8 degrees. We're going to need engine anti-ice. Engine anti-ice is on, so we're going to keep that on. Ignition is set. Engine anti-ice is on. APU is off. Fuel pumps are set. We're burning down that center tank first. Spoilers and ABS disarmed and off. Okay, flaps and slats, they are up and stowed at 24. Why are you doing that? We're going to drop this to 24.
Riptide 5800, contact Cleveland Center on 134.9er.
Okay, at the Cleveland Center, 134.9. See up. 134.9er. right there. We'll throw that in there.
Airline 25, close departure rate, contact climb maintain 130.
134.9, or it is the frequency. Noticed. Give him a call. Cleveland Center, Riptide 5800, climbing 18,000 for flight level 310.
Riptide 5800, Cleveland Center, good evening.
Logo lights are off. Lights are coming off through 18,000. And we can also shut off the engine anti-ice. We're above the cloud. Let's go and kill that. Save some fuel. And last but not least, we'll throw that to off. Cool. And 2992. Set, going once.
United 1946, narrative moderate, embedded heavy precipitation just popped up, I'd say 5 miles south of the Feta intersection. Probably your 12 o'clock.
Riptide 5800, climb and maintain flight level 330.
All right, 330 on the climb, Riptide 5800. 330 now. Set. Armed. And weather. I need to get some weather in here. We're going to have some turbulence when we get...
1946. Then the altitude cross cut, I had maintained 11,000.
So what you're hearing is say intentions. So if I call say intentions, I'm going to give them a ride report. Right now we're kind of light chop through this area, maybe. I'm not really seeing much in terms of turbulence. So let me just give him a call. Cleveland Center, Riptide 5800. Do you have any ride reports?
Contact Pittsburgh approach 123.905.
Riptide 5800, no ride reports at this time.
Okay. Okay, on the climb for Riptide 5800, it's light chop. Sometimes you have to call them. Cleveland Center, Riptide 5800 with a PIREP. Yeah, we have a pilot report for you.
Riptide 5800, roger. Thank you for the pilot report.
Okay, we're just letting you know we have light chop in the climb for Riptide 5800. I don't know if it got that, so we might have to say with a request. Might have to tell it for we have a request. Let me say that. You know, what do you think? Light chop in the climb here? Yeah. Cleveland Center, Riptide 5800. We have a request. We have light chop, 25,000 in the climb.
Riptide 5800, roger. Thanks for the report.
Now I can ask it. Watch. Cleveland Center, Riptide 5800. Do you have any ride reports?
Riptide 5800, no ride reports at this time.
All right, just ours. Okay. So I'm just taking a look at the flight. We can save some distance, folks, if we want to. I'm going to try to save some distance. Shave this, go direct to Jamestown VOR. I'm going to shave probably 15 miles off our route. We got a flash in EGT. That's not what we want. So we pull that back, go 1, 2, That's going to be pulling it back
Envoy
down to
4000,
manual.
descend and maintain flight level 220, cleared for the Spider 5 arrival into Richmond.
Descending to flight level 220. Cleared for the Spider 5 arrival into Richmond, Envoy 4000.
Give him a call here. Cleveland Center, Riptide 5800. We want direct Jamestown, please. Let's see if we get it. Give me a shortcut. All right. So apparently didn't hear that. What's their name? It's probably the microphone. If I talk out of the microphone, then it's got a problem. Cleveland Center, Riptide 5800 with a request.
Riptide 5800, climb and maintain 5800.
No. 58,000, you believe it? Negative. Can we get direct to Jamestown VOR, please? Juliet Hotel Whiskey. I want a shortcut.
5800, cleared direct dryer.
Well, that's where we're going. I don't want direct dryer. We're going there now. Cleveland Center, Riptide 5800. Any way of getting a shortcut to Jamestown VOR, please? We're almost at dryer now. There's no point.
Riptide 5800, descend and maintain 15800, cleared direct dryer.
Okay, you can't listen to that point because it's confused. You just have to go direct dryer. Apparently, I can't get the shortcut I wanted. Sometimes they'll let you, but not this time. I don't know why I got dogs barking at me, but they're barking. 114.7 is Jamestown VOR. We're basically over Cleveland right now. 114.7.
Cleveland Center across Petto at maintain 10,000.
33,000 set.
Southwest 1905, there's an area of moderate embedded heavy. About 57 miles south, that intersection, 10 miles in diameter. 1481, 17,000. Radar contact.
All right,
Cleveland Center, American 2757, flight level 290.
American 2757, radar contact.
Okay, guys, let's take a look at this here. We're going up to 33,000. We should be pushing 0.75. Yeah, it's so slow. All right, we're at cruise altitude now. We're just going to go ahead and throw the cruise in. And then I'll pull these bugs and we'll push them back in. Go manual now. All right, we're at cruise altitude. So far, looks good. Not too bad of a ride. Pretty smooth. Seatbelt's coming off for now. We'll kick them on here if we get into some crap, which we will as we get toward the east. It's going to get pretty bad. So I wanted to cut this little dog leg and cut all this crap out, but I was confusing it. And there's really no point after we go to Jamestown. It's kind of pointless to try to get a shortcut after that. That was the really only time I could have shaved some time off the route. Was going direct, but we tried, right? That's all we can do, I guess, is try. All right, airborne 29 minutes. We're at cruise altitude now. I'll take a look at the weather. We're looking at Westchester, 467 miles, folks, and we're estimating arrival here in about 1 hour from now. We'll be touching down in New York if the weather holds. Don't know. And there's always that possibility that we could have an issue.
5800, can you please expedite your descent to 15800 feet?
158. Cleveland Center, Riptide 5800. We have a flight plan of flight level 330. Can you verify what our cruise altitude should be?
Riptide 5800, descend and maintain flight level 330.
All right, we are maintaining flight level 330 right now.
District 9957, direct to Charlie West, Hotel Victor, Quebec.
Charlie West. It got confused. All right, we just made the turnout. We're over Cleveland right now. We're basically right over Cleveland Airport. So I showed you back here somewhere. Well, give me a window open, man.
American 1819, descend and maintain flight level 240, cleared for the Williamsport arrival into Newark Liberty.
All right, this
Down
is
to
Cleveland.
flight level 240. Cleared for the Williamsport arrival into Newark Liberty, American 1819.
Can't see Jack Squad over there, but that's it. All right. Just departed out of New York. Broke out in the weather clouds around 35,000 feet. Yeah, it's garbage. As I said, it's pretty garbage out there right now. We're looking at New York reporting 10 miles visibility, light rain, broken 7,500. Now, that was an hour and 48 minutes ago. So that weather is old. So I expect an updated weather report, I hope. 48 minutes ago, they are reporting 190 at 6, 10 miles, light rain, broken at 65. Not too bad for us,
American
guys.
1197, descend and maintain flight level 220, cleared for the Beau Jade 4 arrival into Philadelphia.
Descending to flight level 220. Cleared for the Beau Jade 4 arrival into Philadelphia, American 1197.
What's our ground speed? 449 knots. That's not too bad. Better than eating that headwind. We're still got a quartering tail. It's not a great push, but it's better than eating it. So we'll take it, right? Ah, the art switch. Beautiful art switch.
Contact Indianapolis Center 124.45 today.
What's going on, Ryan? Ryan says, now Newark weather sounds like a spring evening. Exactly right. It's about right.
I think the previous controller gave it to you, but starting at Cuda, there is areas of moderate heavy precipitation. It's about 15 miles in diameter.
All right. We're watching for that. NOTAMs.
American 1513, descend and maintain flight level 220, cleared for the Jersey 5 arrival into Pittsburgh.
Right now, guys, we have FICON 555 for runway 16. So that's FICON 555, which means we have good braking in New York. I'm going to go ahead and get the wait for another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll get our performance programmed. We're heading into an area of known turbulence, so we'll see if we're going to get rocked or not, and we'll call them up if we do. I don't expect to get released off of Cleveland for a while. Yeah, it's kind of choppy, isn't it? Just kind of light chop up here. Hey, Pops, how are you? Hopefully you're well. Yeah, iSlip was FICON 555, 100% wet. Yeah, that's what we're looking at here, too. So, New York weather, crappy, rain. Right now, at least there's no low-level wind shear reported. It was before. It was nasty as that front came through. It was probably the gust front I was looking at. That front is through, and it's got some light rain and some clouds. And it's going to be fun. We're all set for that. Looks like Boston Center's online. I don't see New York Center online, so we'll just have Boston to deal with. Yeah.
United 1439, descend and maintain flight level 240, cleared for the Williamsport arrival into Newark Liberty.
You know we're getting close when we hear that.
240, cleared for
All
the
right, we got
Williamsport arrival into Newark Liberty
114.7.
United 1439.
30, maybe a little bit of latch off the sun.
There is precipitation, but where the precipitation's to the south of us, we're doing just fine with where we are in our current direction. We're doing all right. I do expect to get a little bit more bumpy as we start approaching this front. It's probably going to get a little on the bumpy side for us. And it looks like at all altitudes, it's going to be, not too bad. Right after Jamestown, we might get it.
Maybe they're rolling to arrival heading north altimeter Cleveland is 2973.
All right, what do you got? Sean, what's up? Just got back. Hello, everyone. Hey, Sean, what's up? Didn't miss much, man. Same old forecast, northeast crap we're dealing with. Just light rain. Visibility's great. I mean, we shouldn't have a problem getting in there. I don't see an issue. It's just we might hit some turbulence, and there's some just light rain, precipitation in the northeast from what I'm seeing right now. And we're looking at, just to give you folks an idea, and I don't know why my CPDLC is not working, which sucks. Because I thought I set it up.
1385, flight level 180.
Radar contact.
Click and route, what does that do? Nothing. Return. Oh crap, I'm tired. 53, so yeah. Well, the time went up on us, unfortunately. I was hoping we'd get a little bit better on the timing, but nope, not to happen. It's estimating 0453 right now. It's 0350. So it's about an hour and 3 minutes. However, I said an hour a while ago, so I don't know what it's talking about. 54. Why are you going up? It should be going down. It's weird. 404 nautical miles. The problem is we're not getting that tailwind. 105 knot tailwind is not going to help us until we get to MEMS, and then from there it's pointless. We'll be on the descent. So Valerie 1, I'm going to brief you folks on the Valerie 1 arrival into New York. We've flown this 100 times, but it's always good to brief. Okay, we're going to go to here, Kilo H, P, N, enter, pull it out there. All right, let's go ahead and taxi chart. We'll pull up the star, and it's going to be the Valerie 1 arrival. All right, this is the Valerie 1 into New York. We're going to come over to Danzy. We're going to go to Wheats, and from Wheats, we're going to go to Kingston, drop down to Valerie, and from there, we're probably going to go direct to Foreign, and then straight into the 16. So we're going to bypass the rest of this stuff. Probably hit Valerie at 6,000 feet, but from there, I'm sure we're going to go to Foreign. And then I'd like to do that. Who knows what Boston might have for us, but we'll be in Boston's airspace. They'll drop us down to like 14,000, and then they'll kick us off the frequency. And then we'll go back to St. Tensions. That's kind of how it's going to be. The approach into 16 into New York. Let's take a look at that. Looking right now, 11-1 page, 19 February 21. Looking at an MSA of 2,900 feet. Final approach course will be 163 Zimmers at 2,000 with an ILS DH 639. Airport elevation is 439 feet. That's already set upstairs, so if the pressurization is good. This is a normal approach, about 3-degree glide slope. We'll enter 109.7, 163. We'll intercept, descend down. Right now, it's pretty benign weather in New York. I expect it to pretty much stay that way. I think the gust front's passed, so we're just going to get precipitation. We might even be on the backside of this thing. Who knows when it comes through. Right now they're getting hit. Let's take a look at the weather into New York. Let's see if we get any updates from the weather. Right now, New York weather is reporting the following. That's 57 minutes ago, so I'm expecting an update. Still haven't had one yet. 10 miles, light rain, broken clouds at 65, 29098. Excuse me, 29080, lower pressure. Okay, well.
Delta 1350, common maintains audible 290.
Level 290, Delta 1350.
Oh, you know what? Westchester has CPDLC. We could have used. That's pretty cool.
Riptide 5800, contact Cleveland Center on 127.075.
120.075. Okay, 120.075. 127.
Riptide 5800, contact Cleveland Center on 127.075.
All right, Cleveland Center 127.075. 127.075. Let's see if that works. 127.075. Does it work? No. 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 Cleveland Center Riptide 5800, flight level 330.
Riptide 5800, Cleveland Center, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. 127.075. Sometimes they actually give you the right frequency, so that's kind of what I'm looking for. I don't see it here.
American 2757, descend and maintain flight level 220, cleared for the MIP-4 arrival into LaGuardia.
Where?
Down to flight level 220. Cleared for the MIP-4 arrival into LaGuardia, American 2757.
All right, so right now headed to Jamestown VOR. That's right by Buffalo. So we'll be basically by Buffalo, and we're almost there. So, you know, just to the north of us, that way is Toronto, and Boston is online, so we'll have to kind of deal with that one. 0453 estimating, so a little less than an hour now. 360 miles.
Cross with 210,000.
Tired. Looks like I got an aircraft coming in on VAT.
Runner 9542, descend and maintain 11,000. The altitude altimeter 277. Left south, 1542.
Nope. It doesn't want to hook up on that one. We got Jamestown VOR coming up, and then we're approximately 37 miles from Jamestown VOR. Once we hit that, then we're going to go straight to MEMS, and then basically Danzy on the arrival. And then we'll be into Boston's airspace right there, and they are online, so we'll kind of see how that works. Channel name looks good. Oh yeah, the Model Railroad Junction, that does look good. So now what? What do we got here? Still too early to pull the weather up, but let me see.
2583 cross whiskey 10,000, altimeter 275.
1 hour, 1 minute ago. Yeah, that's still not there. METAR. Man, they're way off on their METAR. All right, the weather just changed.
Just maintain that 3 center grader. This one up high, that's running you down a bit.
I am going to write this weather in just because it
546,
changed.
contact Washington Center 133.65. I'll let you know if you need anything else.
Guys, ready for this? The winds, calm. Visibility is 6 statute miles. So we had a little drop in the rain because probably the rain. Skies light rain, and we've got broken clouds at now 5,000 feet.
703, clear direct Allegheny County.
And we're looking at 07 over 04. Altimeter is coming in at 2981.
Light mix, negative 17. Thank you. Let me know if that dissipates at any point.
They're using runway 16, and that's what we know.
Aircraft ahead of you is getting some light mix icing in the descent.
Light rime icing? Okay, I'm going to write that down. Runway 16, we're looking at auto brake, probably maximum.
703, speed is your discretion as well.
Okay, let's do that. Flaps will be 40.
2583, speed is your discretion.
All right, performance data coming in. We're going to go to landing. Flaps will change this to 40. We're going to go ahead and change this to wrong one. Kilo. Oh, it's autofill. That's why. Duh. All right, 16, 40. That's good. Refs 5. Good deal. We'll click calculate. See what we get. And I'm going to push this to max, then calculate.
Running 9542, there's some moderate scattered heavy precipitation out ahead. Most off to the left right side of your deflection. If you need anything, let me know.
Scattered distance or landing distance. 4163, and then landing distance required 4163.
703, contact at approach 119.35.
We have about 6,400 feet of runway. It's a little less than that, actually. The runway's pretty small here in Westchester at 6,500. So about 6,400. Figure about there's a little bit of EMAS. It's not an EMAS, but there's like a blast pad.
629, were you checking in?
Traffic.
I missed someone checking in or give me a ride report, perhaps.
That might be a real target. Where are you? You're 1,200, 1,300 feet ahead of us. Are you serious? That is not a live target. So that was a phantom TCAS alert where you heard traffic, traffic, and I'm looking at 1,800 feet. It's an aircraft flying at 1,800 feet above us. I'm looking at the TCAS. Oh, the TCAS is right there. You can see this little target, plus 2,200 and climbing. This thing's like a rocket ship. Not even close to us. So I'm going to change this ring and I'm going to throw it on normal. Okay, and it'll still, when I hear traffic, you know, you always want to go, what the crap's going on? You always want to see and avoid. And by the way, there was almost a collision in Newark. Did you guys hear about this? You had a FedEx aircraft and a Alaska airplane come within 300 feet of each other in Newark. That's landing. That's insane, man. That's too close. That's really, really close. Yeah. Man, I don't know. That's crazy close. All right, we just hit Jamestown VOR. Again, this way. Dunkirk. Right there. Right there's Lake Erie in the clouds, and Buffalo and Palmyra, New York, and all that stuff right over there. Expecting to be bumps. The seatbelt sign's off right now, so we might have to put it on here, but right now it's not too bad. We're not getting kicked around pretty good. We're just typical, that's fine. Hopefully we get some kind of a tailwind. I want a tailwind here.
Should have maintained 9 or 1,000.
Right now we got about 82 knots on the quartering tailwind, so
Scattered mild precipitation along your flight, deviation 5.
scattered precipitation. Got it. All right, folks, we're looking landing in approximately 48, 47 minutes from now. We'll be touching down.
Breaker City 629, descend and maintain 16,000, resume to altimeter 3016.
All right, weather is down. We already read a performance in the aircraft. We're gonna go maximum on the landing. I think it's overkill with how light we are, but you know this runway is. It's short. We don't want style points. We'll be landing runway 16, and we're going to be landing with the HUD. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. We'll get it warmed up. We will be doing IMC.
Safe flight conditions.
Smooth.
Light cop, in between layers. Negative light. River 9542.
Thank you.
Cleveland Center, Riptide 5800. Any ride reports?
Cleveland Center, stop at 48 Charlie Golf with you 26.5 for 240. 27.5 for 240.
Number 48 Charlie Golf, Cleveland Center, descend and maintain parallel 230.
Alright, descend and maintain 230, 48 Charlie Golf.
All right, about 200 miles now, top of descent, folks. Now let me go ahead and plug that in there, Valerie. Looking at 6,000 feet over at Valerie. Valerie, 6,000. This is going to increase, huh?
Number 48 Flight Golf, scattered areas of moderate and heavy precipitation along the flight between deviations advised.
Full advised, 48 Charlie Golf.
Jet 786 is going to maintain level 250.
159 now, till top of descent. All right. Well, they never answered me. Now we're getting into it, aren't we? It's kind of what it was forecasted to do, starting to get into bumps.
Number 1460 Cleveland Center, climb maintain level 230, areas of moderate precipitation scattered along your flight as deviations advised.
That's loud. I mean, so far so good. We're not getting our butts kicked or anything, but is what it is. We got a master caution light on. We got no fuel in the center tank. That's coming off. Fuel's off, center tank. Burning out of the mains now. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so what we're doing now is heading toward kind of that southwest run with 090, basically east. The nose is pointed more, 090 is that way. We're going that way because of that tailwind. Cross quartering tail. What's interesting about this is I've got say intentions running right now.
786, contact New York Center, 132.87.
I'm waiting for the beep, beep, beep. Like if they message you, I think the frequency clears. I have that enabled where it's supposed to stop, like talking to you, and then we'll work with VATSIM straight in. So we'll see. I should be in Boston's airspace shortly. We'll see how that goes.
Victor City 629, contact the Indianapolis Center, 124.45.
Boston, ZBW. All right, you guys. You know how many flights we have left? We have 1, 2 going to Toronto, and we're back. We're looking at I think 3 more. We go like a west swing to Dallas, and then over to Florida, and we're done. Season's over, which is awesome. I'm gonna be honest. I'm happy it's over. I really am. I don't know if I could do it next year. That's how bad it is. Like, I don't know.
Maintain 15,000, contact departure 120.85.
Mike says that's interesting.
Too heavy fighting 070.
You are now listening to New York Approach. We're going to be in Boston here shortly.
4577, maintain 12,000.
We got Boston Approach coming. We're looking at a descent here at 127 miles, folks. And the weather.
1759, your departure, radar contact, maintain 10,000.
Okay. So the weather in Westchester is pretty nice. I mean, 6 miles light rain, broken clouds of 5,000.
Maintain 1,000.
You guys want to listen to Boston?
Level 714, Westchester altimeter 29R82, confirm you have India, flying on RNAV Yankee 16.
We can't do the RNAV, so we're stuck with the ILS approach. We will be doing an ILS into the area. ZBW, sorry. ZBW, go. There's so many sectors, like, it's so hard to dial in which sector it is. So, I think it's this one. I dialed in the wrong sector, guys. My bad. That's my bad. We got it, we fixed it. Rangers lost last night. By the way, they played Columbus, obviously. We just flew from there. So they played Columbus and they got their butts kicked. Which is about right. You know, I don't expect anything from these guys. It's just basically practice. Uh, 110 miles, top of descent, and I'm waiting for... Waiting for a handoff here. We should be getting handed off into Boston shortly. 108 miles, top of descent, and I think we're pretty much set. I'm going to set up the airport, right, like the approach into ILS runway 16, and I'm going to do that right now. 109.7. And inbound course is going to be 163. That's not the inbound course, you moron. Let's go this way here. Inbound course 163.
5800, contact Cleveland Center on 119.375.
All right, over to center, 119er, 3.5, Riptide 5800. 119, what'd they say? I didn't know, 119. Oh yeah, it is 119, 375. Cleveland Center, Riptide 5800, flight level 330. 163 inbound course.
Riptide 5800, Cleveland Center, good evening.
163 set. Okay, folks, we're on top of descent shortly, about 98 miles. We're just give you an update where the heck we are.
South Southwest 3185, contact Albany approach 132.82.
We're close to Albany. We're about Rockdale, so Upper New York. We are right over the Finger Lakes in New York. You can't see anything because of the clouds. Well, that's where we are. Not too bad, turbulent-wise. There's just light chop here and there, but that's pretty much it. So there's stratified clouds down low, which I like. If there's any rain in the area, I want that nice stratified blanket across. That means it's more benign for us. Looks like I had traffic over there. I don't know. I don't see anything on TCAS.
Please Street 9959, Boston Center. Freight car 3564 across Hancock at and maintain flight level 190.
57 miles now. You heard that boop? I heard the boop. What'd that mean? I was disconnected. Why am I disconnected? I was disconnected from the server for a minute. I don't know why. Or reconnecting. From the VATSIM server, that was. All right, guys.
618, flight maintain flight level 310. That'll be the final unless you want something else.
Boston Center 134.7. I'm just going to tune Boston Center 134.7. Probably shouldn't do this, but I'm doing it anyway. I say that because it might kick me out, and who knows. Really, they just ascend you anyway, so I'm just going to wait for them to call me. Looks like
3499, contact Boston Center 134.3.
New York approach is not online. So New York approach is not online. Take a look at the weather. I don't think the weather changed on us. Calm winds, 6 miles, light rain. Good.
Riptide 5800, contact New York Center on 133.35.
3335.
Air Canada 995, proceed direct Hotel Victor, Quebec.
That's why I didn't want to do that, because it just messed me up. New York Center, Riptide 5800, flight level 330.
Riptide 5800, New York Center, good evening.
It just kicked me off from the server again. Why are you doing this? I keep getting booted. Very weird how I'm getting kicked off the server. Boston's airspace here. 134.7. Let's tune it. Now it should, like when it beeps you, when it goes beep beep beep, it should stop saying tensions. And I say that.
Moxie 634,
So you
descend
should.
and maintain 11,000, Augsburg, altimeter 2981.
134.7, right?
I don't remember. Did you say you had the weather Moxie 634? Okay, well, no worries. While we have a second, I gotta read the notice to you.
JetBlue 1350, radio check.
Yeah, sorry guys, we're just having VATSIMs going
Network
in and out of
issues.
right now. I'm sorry if I lose you.
Yep. That's good. Give me a call. MEMS?
JetBlue
Where are we?
1349, we're back on, just confirming cleared RNAV24.
Ithaca.
You are, unfortunately, all your tags are frozen, so I don't know how much more I'll be on here.
Roger, no worries.
So I'm going to go back, guys. I'm going to go back to that frequency until he contacts me. We're having problems with VATSIM, so I'm just going to stay on the server here. New York Center, Riptide 5800 checking in, flight level 330. $133.35. Now we should be going to Boston here shortly. Albany. So after hearing that, I'm not going to even call the center controller just because, yeah, I just got kicked again. There's no point. They're just having server problems. So I'm not even mess with it anymore. We're just going to keep on keeping on with say intentions. So otherwise, it's, yeah, we're just not.
16,000, Albany altimeter 2975.
Down to 16,000 on 2975, FedEx 1212 heavy.
Give a call. New York Center, Riptide 5800. How do you read?
But at above 32 in 3 minutes less, 187.
187. Riptide 5800, descend and maintain 1500.
All right, descend, maintain 15,000, Riptide 5800.
Temperature 3506 is 28.6, lower 29 up.
Set.
3506, Boston Center, good evening.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and arm that. That's armed.
4771, connect Boston Center 123.87. 123.87, Brickyard 4771. Hold on.
Start the descent. All right, we're starting our descent. Seatbelts coming on.
Cat 646, Boston Center, climb and maintain flight level 280 for direct Albany. There have been some reports.
Riptide 5800, contact Boston Center on 133.25.
3325.
Ready to copy. Burlington approach procedures.
3325. Go. Boston Center, Riptide 5800, descending 15,000. We're not descending anything yet. We're just sitting here.
Riptide 5800, Boston Center, good evening.
Let's try to grab profile.
But are gone.
Okay, frequency
Golf,
is 132.250.
Burlington VOR.
132.250.
So lags Burlington.
135.250.
Boston Center, November 17, Victor Sierra, 28.5, climbing 350.
November 729, Victor Sierra, Boston Center, traffic 1230, about 8 miles westbound of bridge at level 36. Looking for traffic. Brickyard 4585.
All right, here we go. We're starting our way down. We got some precipitation here to deal with. I don't see anything nasty, just green stuff, which is fine. If you're new and you just welcome aboard, ask you to do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Hopefully you find this fun, you found it useful, or something like that. We're starting a nice slow descent into the area. We're looking at Kingston about, well, we're heading into New York, obviously, and we're looking at Valerie about 6,000 feet. The airplane's doing a nice shallow descent, about 500 feet a minute descent till we can catch profile, and then it'll drop us down unless they want us to go quicker, and which they would have to tell us to go quicker. All right, Kingston, I'm going to set that VOR 117.6. It's just good to have it. 117.6. We got light rain in the forecast. Light rain, good visibility, about 6 miles visibility. So as of right now, it's fine. We already briefed the approach. I do want to set the target MDA, and that's going to be at about 200 feet, so 639 feet. So I'm going to set this bad boy to 200 feet. That's going to be a radio altimeter. Radio altimeter is over here. So I'm going to set that to 100. What do we want? 200 feet. There we go. That's set to 200. 639, it would be over here. Whoa. So I'm going to set this to 639. About right there. Okay. That's MSL. The other one is AGL. Check out this theme. One team, one Chicago, Team Chicago. Oh, interesting. That is interesting.
Center maintain flight level 190, Blue 699, 59.
35.7 American 36, good day.
Austin JetBlue 187, 32 and a half, 346.
Wow, this thing's barely descending at right now, so we're just trying to get on the, it says now we're 3,200 low. I don't think so. $6,000. It's saying we're pretty darn low on the profile, but something tells me that is not accurate. So what I'm going to do is we're going to kind of have to go old school on this. I know. You're like, Jason, what? Yeah, we're going old school. So I'm going to pull this out. And now I'm going to say, you know what? I got the aircraft. I'm going to go down about 1,000 to 1,300 feet a minute. And I'm going to look. Holy mother. What in the heck? Okay. There we go.
5,000, Moxie 634.
So what I'm going to do is drop this yoke. I'm going to go ahead and increase this. You see where this banana is? This green banana? Well, that's the green banana. That's going to put us over Kingston, just slightly. Yeah, I'm going to zoom in here so you can see the ND better. But you can see, if I go plan mode right now, and I come down in here, and just kind of get us tighter.
Oh, no, we have the weather now, Moxie 634, thank you.
One more time. Whoa. So if I come zoom out, it's not going to show me that on the plan. Nope. All right, so you can see this green banana right there. That's where we're going to intersect 6,000 feet. And it's going to be right where we need it. Because Valerie's right here. So at this particular rate, we're doing about 1,400. I might drop it down just another 100 feet a minute. I knew something was wrong. It's just looking at it going, man, that just doesn't feel right. We should be descending pretty quickly, you know, within reason. We are now. So we'll get some vectors. I don't know how they're going to vector us, but we'll see. Or approximately, we're going to skip all that. We're going to go to, from Valerie, I'm going to go direct to foreign. Skip the rest of that crap. I'm going to send my own vectors, essentially. Now, they might not do that. We're going to follow what, say, intentions has to say about it, but, you know, we're heading down on the chute. We are now on the arrival into Westchester.
All right, cross Willard at or above 3,200, clear to RNAV, runway 9, Augsburg, Moxie 634.
All right, let's go ahead and tune in to a New York approach. Let's see what they got cooking up.
Left heading 310, big guy 4722.
Cover 5320, turn left toward Biggie.
Biggie! I don't know where that is.
Cover 5320, climb and maintain 15,000, contact departure 12085.
Maintain 15,000, over departure 185.
Brickyard 4722, proceed direct Newell.
Proceed direct Newell, Brickyard 4722.
United 23 Heavy, go direct Maris, contact departure 1817.
He's going to Boston. Or he's going somewhere overseas. You see how the profile just hooked up?
Approach low, envoy 3499, 7.4 descending across Valerie at 6,000 with India.
It should have just got the profile.
Welcome, go direct Beaudry for the RNAV Yankee 16 approach, descend and maintain 3000.
Beaudry for the RNAV 16, Yankee 16, and 3000, envoy 3499.
We can't do that. We can't do any RNAV, nothing.
Cal 4722, first target is 10 o'clock and 4 northeastbound, a heavy jet at 12,000, but just in trail of him by about 8 miles, another heavy jet at 10,000.
Alright, we're on SimBrief at 4722, thank you.
Endeavor 4938, turn left heading 310.
Heading 310, Endeavor 4938.
Yeah, it's bumpy. Starting to get into the chop now.
If you want to find New York, radar contact, climb in, maintain 907. Envoy 3499, cross Beaudry 3000 or above, cleared on Heavy Yankee 16 approach.
Beaudry at or above 3, clear for the RNAV Yankee 16, Envoy 3499.
What's the Yankee, the RNAV Yankee approach? What's that do?
Endeavor 4938, turn
We
left
can never
heading
fly it.
270.
It sucks.
Heading 270, Endeavor 4938.
Yeah, it won't do vertical for us, so.
Side 5800, cleared Valley 1, Danzy transition into Westchester.
Okay, clear the Valerie 1, Danzy transition, Riptide 5800.
4938, go to regular line.
That's not going to happen, man. That's way too aggressive on the descent.
5155, time to 111000.
I don't like that. We're going to go 1,500 feet a minute.
4938, traffic 12 o'clock, 4 miles opposite direction, a heavy jet at 12,000, caution wing civil.
Alright, caution wing, Endeavor 4938.
Cal 4722, the heavy jet's no factor, maintain 15,000.
Set to 6,000 set. See where that brings us. Yeah. 2,000 feet a minute. What are you saying now? We're saying we're 1,100 feet high.
Endeavor 5155, turn left heading 310.
2,200 feet a minute on the descent now.
4722, call departure 12085.
More.
2085, have a good night, Victor 4722.
2,300 feet. More. Let's go 2,500. All right, 18,000 feet coming up. We're going to go ahead and throw the logo lights on.
3579, radar contact, maintain 15,000.
Coming up off. This is our trigger to do our flow.
5800, contact New York approach on 120.8.
Over to approach 1208. New York approach, Riptide 5800, checking in, descending via.
4938, climb and maintain 12,000.
Coming on the altitude.
Riptide 5800, New York approach. Good evening, Westchester. Altimeter 2980. Expect the ILS runway 16 approach into Westchester.
Okay, I'll expect 16, Riptide 5800. I got to lower that down. All right, through there, altimeter is going to come in at 29.81 I have. 29.81. 29.81 set. 29.81. Okay, 2981 set. Let's go with the checklist here. Descent checks, engine sinks are off, pressurization. Set and check, we're coming down. Hydraulics are on high, altimeter set.
Shortcut for you. Maintain present heading vectors for the ILS runway 16 approach.
That's not a shortcut. That's not a shortcut. Okay, we'll maintain present heading, but I don't think that's a shortcut. It's just not a shortcut. Like, what are you talking about? If you add me on this heading, I'm going to go right through the dang ILS. So, no, we're not doing that. And that's where you're like, with AI, you're going to go, nah, I don't think so. If we stand on this heading, guys, we're going to go toward Connecticut. No, we don't want to go toward Connecticut, last I've heard. That's not what I'm trying to do. Not happening. All right, setting this go-around thrust just to have it. Zims.
3499, Tower 18, 57, have a good day. For 5404, turn left heading 360.
They're busy, aren't they?
4445, C180 to maintain 7,000.
Okay, 11,000 feet. We're at 7 degrees. Guess what's coming on? Engine anti-ice is coming on. System to Alpha. 11,000.
34, go direct Valu for the RNAV Yankee 16.
Valu. All right, here we go. We got some precipitation. Gotta start slowing the aircraft down now. Catching the path. Woohoo! All right, I'm gonna go VNAV. I'm gonna go VNAV right now. VNAV descent. Brakes coming in. Gotta slow the aircraft down.
Delta 468, turn right heading 360. There'll be a jet above you at 5,000. 404 traffic will be just off your right, 4,000 and 8321. Number 165 Quebec Sierra, turn left heading 070, contact departure 1817.
Now I will go present heading after Valerie. That would be smart. Speed brakes in, armed.
46 rate of contact, maintain 9,000.
Down to 6,000.
4938, departure 12085. 5404, flying 030, final 349.
VNAV descent. Here we go.
2025, turn left heading 360. 4346, turn left heading 310 for sequencing.
Lights on.
Cleared on F Yankee 16 approach, call the tower 1857.
1857.
Riptide 5800, proceed direct Farron. Cleared for the ILS runway 16 approach.
Okay, direct Farron, cleared for the ILS 16 approach, Riptide 5800. That's exactly what I wanted you to do. All right, direct Farron, folks, we already got that programmed, so love it when a plan works. All right, there's 8,000 feet. We're going to keep descending. We got to go down to Farron. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide over here, and I'm going to give you this side. I want to give you the that arc, so I can see what's going on your side. Because I can just have a brief look and see. I'm going to go to an ILS map on mine. So we're descending Farron. We got to bring it down about 2,000 feet here after simmer. 7 degrees. I got the engine anti-ice on.
Speedbird 18, contact Boston Center on 125.575.
Down to 2,000 here.
Over to
after
Boston Center on 125.575 feet, Speedbird 18.
And last but not least, where are you? Yep, I want that. Okay, we got Valerie 6000 from Farron. We'll go ahead and, well, instead of 2,000, they should descend us. New York approach, Riptide 5800. What altitude you like us at?
Riptide 5800, maintain 1500 until established on the approach. Descend at your discretion thereafter.
Okay, we're going to go, they said 1500, we're going to go 2000. VNAV, yeah. VNAV descent, we're going to go to 2,000 feet. That's the MSA. I mean, 2,000 at Farron is kind of what we're looking at. But I'm going to change this from the weather radar, and I'm going to go to terrain. There is some terrain here, so I just want to make sure You know, I looked at the weather. It's just green. I'd be more concerned if it was like yellow, orange, red, that kind of crap, but we're fine. So we'll descend nice to 2,000 feet. Simmer is where we want to be. Actually, yeah, let's go 3,000. Time it over there. 8, 10. Okay, guys. All right, good. All right, we got an ILS. It's in white now, you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and VOR a lock. Warlock, and then it's going to intercept.
Riptide 5800, contact Westchester Tower on 118.575.
Okay, 18,575, see you. Westchester Tower, Riptide 5800 established, ILS 16.
Riptide 5800, Westchester Tower, roger.
Glide slope, approach, set. Slats. So cool about an MD-80, guys. You can just dump it. You know, as long as you're below 240 knots, you can really get this airplane slowed down. I'm going to go ahead and speed override. Actually, that. And I want that. Alright, you little stupid. Alright, I got the aircraft now. When I opened the speed window, it screwed it up. We're going to slow the airplane down. Okay, flaps coming in, 1 notch. I'm going to intercept ILS. ILS capture. I got the visual on the airport already. Alright, I'm going to go 180 on the speed. We got the simmer coming in. Looking good. Now I'm going to change this to that. So that tells me, and I can look here where I'm going, but it tells me I'm on the ILS and I got the glide slope and I can see out the window anyway. 1 more notch of flaps. You can really go all the way down to flap 28 without throwing gear, without getting a gear horn. It's nice. It's not too bad, it's just bumpy. And we got a nice little crosswind here, 3,600 feet. Okay, gear down.
Riptide 5800, winds 180 at 6, runway 16, clear to land.
Cup of the winds, 16, clear to land, Riptide 5800.
Gear down.
Alright, gear down, 3 green, flaps 40, give me a landing check.
Flaps 20.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw this off. Flaps. Thank you. Okay, landing gear down. 3 green, ignitions on Alpha. Spoilers and ABS are armed. Flaps and slats R40. Landing checklist is complete. We got a stiff crosswind coming in from the right. Should go smooth and calm, so we expect a little bit of a shear here. Watching the aircraft, how it's doing.
Tower, CBM 128 Whiskey Foxtrot, RNAV, Yankee 17.
Number 128 Whiskey Foxtrot, Westchester Tower, continue approach, surface inspection in progress prior to your arrival, wind 160 at 6.
Okay, 160 at 6, the wind shifted a little bit. It's doing a pretty good job with that crosswind.
When you turn final, please reduce a lot.
What does that mean?
No problem.
Please reduce a lot. Speed? They're doing a FOD check on the runway. Alright, I got the aircraft. Throttle's off. Good deal. Check.
Have a great Whiskey Fox. Make speed 140 or slower, please.
We'll go 8 Whiskey Foxtrot.
Ops 20, traffic TBM on a 10-mile final going fast. Proceed on runway 16.
Proceed on runway 16.
Colonel 34, turn right on Foxtrot or Hotel and taxi, contact ground actually.
Foxtrot or Hotel and over to ground, Colonel 34.
Nose wants to come up. That is not going to work with this
terrain
flipping pattern.
Approaching.
I got a visual, so we're fine. And we're high as a kite, so I don't know why you're screaming terrain when I'm high. I'm doing this for a reason. I'm staying a little bit on the above on the glide slope. And I'll start chopping and dropping here as we get across this tree line.
400.
This tree line could wreak havoc on an airplane. It's because I'm descending. We're right on it now. Bang on. Alright, there's our tree line looking good. I got the airport in sight. I've got the sync rate. We're good.
100.
We're good.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
The nose gear down. Reverser's out. 100 knots. 90. 80. Got the aircraft.
2,000 feet remaining.
60 out of reversers. 1,000 feet to go.
1,000 remaining.
Welcome to Westchester. Well, we're home. We made it again. All right.
Thank you. November 8 Whiskey Foxtrot, wind 1606, runway 16, clear to land.
Clear to land 16, 8 Whiskey Foxtrot.
Riptide 5800, exit at Foxtrot if able. Contact ground on 121.825.
All right, ground 121.82. Weather radar's off. 121.82 on the ground. Westchester ground, Riptide 5800, just exiting off the runway here. Keep the lights on, we got to cross.
Riptide 5800, Westchester ground, taxi to terminal gate 3 via Alpha, hold short of runway 29er. Have a great day.
Okay, we'll hold short runway 29, we'll go gate 58. Sorry guys, hang on. I'm going to do a couple things here. I'll line up the aircraft. We're going to go ahead and just get it buttoned down.
5800, cross runway 29er.
Okay, we'll cross runway 29. Lights on. That's off. Crossing 29. We'll get everything sorted out.
Approaching runways.
Approaching 29. We will shut off number 2. Welcome to Westchester. We are home. Lights coming off. All right, I'm going to shut down number 2. Okay. APU's coming online. That's good. This is coming off. Good there. Windshield off. Where are you? Windshield off. Okay, last but not least, we'll tell it 58. Here, here. I'm going to go to parking here. Next page, next page, next page, next page. Next page, 58. No. Oh gosh, what just happened? That's a stupid thing. Well, I made it. That's all that matters. The sim decided to crash when I injected GSX. So that is a massive bummer. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start the sim again, folks, and then I'll just put it back on the gate and we'll be good to go. But at least we're in. Could be worse, right? And that was our flight. Let's just take a look at where we landed. I think I landed a little on the long side. No, I actually did it right where I wanted it. Right, anywhere between here and here is textbook. 144, 1.1. We'll take it. That was good. Good flight. Yeah, it wasn't 24. It was GSX.
Atlantic West. November 8 Whiskey Foxtrot, turn right at Foxtrot.
It was GSX decided to crash it because right when I started GSX, it crashed. So that's what it was. No surprise. Exactly right. Very unstable. Well, you don't have to watch this, so I'm just gonna. The only thing I have to do is get my flight plan so I can get paid. But thanks for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and just get it onto the gate, and then I can submit my flight plan. I appreciate all your support. I don't know when we're flying again. I think it's next week, and I think it's to Toronto. So Toronto and back real quick. Folks, thanks again. Look for the next video. We're going to be posting the flight to Columbus. It's just going to be a quick 40-minute thing. It's fun. Anyway, we'll see ya. Have a great weekend. Until next time, keep the blue side up and the brown side down.
Touchdown at sunrise, wheels on the sand, mapped every mile with a steady hand, uniformed and slide, we're clearing